These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Mountain Goat. Two articles in today's news brags about the amount of Iraqi gold in the CBI reserves. Why are they doing this? The rate of the dinar is now 1/6 of a penny and still under program rate slash currency auctions with all this wealth. It must change. Mark Z via PDK. RV News remains very quiet as we watch the existing financial system around the world implode. Susie, for the monetary reform slash new exchange rate to appear, Iraq needs to be fully Article 8 compliant, which they are not. They need a fully seated government, which they don't have, and the new EFSL, as we know, has not appeared in the Gazette as of yet, though the 15 days has passed. Even being hooked up globally, the AMF, etc., ATMs in place, their gold reserves, and everything else points to the fact that they're ready and supposedly moving on. They still have to have what I've mentioned in my opinion. Sampson article, quote, food security law comes into force, quote, the Iraqi Gazette published the emergency support law for food security and development. After its publication in the official Gazette, the law will have entered into force. Tivon article, quote, food security law comes into force. Now we are working with something. Do you guys remember what Mahar M. Saleh stated back on June 8th, 22? He said the EFSL will move the wheels of the Iraqi economy, correct? All right, Pimpy says the kind of chatter that's going on in Iraq is not the kind we want to hear. Maliki wants to be prime minister of Iraq. If Maliki gets the prime minister spot, this is all bad. He will team up with people that you don't want him to team up with, such as China and Russia. As an Iraqi dinar investor, this is probably something you don't want to be dealing with, Maliki becoming the prime minister of Iraq. All right, Bruce via Wiser Now, Iraq's new dinar and their government seating, and the dinar is ready, was put on a new platform, and the ISX Iraq Stock Exchange went to a new platform that is connected to the QFS. That happened, I understand, either Saturday or Sunday. The government of Iraq was seated over the weekend, so they are ready to go. Is the rate out yet? We don't have the rate. We know what it was when it first came on. We're looking very possibly for something to happen over the next 3 days. I think we are in a 3-day window. I think it could be that we are right smack against it. I even heard one source say that this could happen any minute. So I'm encouraged and I know that we are close. Frank 26 article, quote, Al Maliki's coalition, the 22 budget will not go ahead without returning the price of the dollar, unquote. Frank 26 says Maliki changes his song about the exchange rate because he is a chronic liar. This article is the complete opposite of what he has been saying just to survive in Iraq. Sandy Ingram, article quote, Russia muscles in on Indian oil market at expense of OPEC titans, unquote. This is something I've never heard before or seen before. OPEC being openly crossed by one of its own members. Russia is on track this month to send slightly more oil to India than Iraq. The bottom line is Iraq is not able to sell more oil and increase its revenues because Russia is supplying cheaper oil to India. Mark Z via PDK, some of the biggest news today in Iraq is finding out the food security law was posted in the Gazette today. This now makes it an official law. Now we see if they move forward. There are many rumors that we could have rates as early as tomorrow morning, but I think that's premature and a little early. I'm hopeful I'm wrong. Things are really ramping up as to what we are hearing. All right, Petra IMF compliance under Article 8 requires a single currency practice, aka IQD, only for international trade and transfer. The impact of the change, in my opinion, cannot be gradual, as then what point is the IQD more attractive to the USD? You're not only awaiting a rate, but also Article 8, full compliance specifically to their currency play. So not sure a gradual rate will work, as people need a reason to change, and shock and awe may be what is necessary to get people to change from USD to IQD. And lastly, Breitling question, can you give us an update as what you found out concerning the exchange rate change? that we might be expecting between 50 cents and 60 cents.